Maktab Sahab.
My good friend Mr. Mohandas Pai, Suleiman, Sanjeev, ladies and gentlemen. First, a word of apology. I'm late for factors beyond my control. I had a 3 o'clock address with the India-Korean summit, and thereafter I was to come here. In the meantime, some important political assignment awaited my immediate attention because of direction from the top, and I had to take some break. This is what the life is about, but take it cool. Sorry. The second is, whenever my good friend Mohan is present, I become a little nervous. Because I am the Minister of Technology. He has lived technology and shown the worth of India in the field of technology. And therefore, a lot of his ideas I have always discussed. I hold him in great personal regard. And if I have to observe about the real startups of India who have left a great path-breaking initiative being recognized and respected world over. Obviously, Mr. Narayan Murthy, Nandan Nilekani, Mohandas Pai, and others would find a pride of place there. And therefore, instead of ministers talking about it, is more if he himself, and he's a great speaker with a lot of anecdotes and a lot of passion. I've heard him. First, I wish to congratulate the National Stock Exchange for this meaningful engagement with startup initiatives and the personnel and the entrepreneurs who are here. Today, very briefly, I will unfold before you our vision, what we have done, what are the challenges, what is the opportunity, and wherein lies the road ahead. We have unleashed some, because as Lima was telling me, it is NSE Tech conclave. Technology is important. And he's very keen, and I'm happy that technology companies must get listed in India to have good exposure. And as I would unfold my vision, it is important for the technology giants of the world to take India more seriously for what we have done and what it unfolds for the world, both in terms of digital empowerment and also in plain words digital commerce. Well, ladies and gentlemen, programs like Digital India, Make in India, Startup India, Skill India, Stand Up India are all technology-based programs designed to make India a technologically empowered society and ordinary Indian technologically empowered Indian. This is the basic philosophy of these technology-based programs. The second thing is, Digital India is designed to bridge the digital divide between digital haves and digital have-nots. And most important, which is India's contribution to this whole dialogue by the Prime Minister, leading to digital inclusion. Mohan knows it too well. The foundation of this was laid in the 2014 election campaign when our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is now a respected global leader, coined a theme of his campaign: IT plus IT is equal to IT. That is the India I would like to create as the movement. IT is India's talent, plus IT is information technology, is equal to India tomorrow. That is IT. We like to read. I never knew that after inducting me in the cabinet, he would give this heavy responsibility on my slippery shoulders. That's what I am handling for the last 3.5 years. The second most important focus of our initiative is digital inclusion must come upon technology, is important for all, which is affordable, inclusive and development. Because the mere vision would not be complete unless the technology also is consistent with that vision. And therefore, and I can tell you, I have been articulating about it world over, not only in India. Technology must be affordable, inclusive and developmental. And therefore, without going into the complicated debate of net neutrality, in the parliament when I was handling the communication portfolio, I said, right of access is not negotiable. Right of access must be available to all as far as the internet is concerned. And Mohan knows it too well. When your Facebook came with free basics, with all the big advertisements, I found it could be free only if you enter through their gate. I said, India believes in many gates. One gate will not be allowed. And I did not give them permission. Because the right of access was being prohibited or limited or regulated. Now, Digital India basically has three components. Because I'm consciously today unfolding my vision, because then the startups can leverage this whole philosophy and the policy for their own goods. The first is creating digital infrastructure for utility systems. We are linking 250,000 gram panchayats of India by optical fiber network. All government funded. It was earlier known as National Optical Fiber Network, NOFN. It was initiated by the previous government in 2011. Then I was handling the communication, IT and law, all the three. When I reviewed, in 3 years, only 358 kilometers of optical fiber was laid. 3 years, 358 kilometers. We have laid 230,000 kilometers in 3 years. That is the scale on which we work. About 120,000 gram panchayats have been linked, and by this year end, we shall be linking all. Then digital delivery of services, the second component of digital India. I come from Bihar. Patients come to Delhi to have registration in AIMS. They used to come for registration once, then go back, then again come back. I found technology must give an answer to that. Today, 172 hospitals of India are on e-hospital, where you can take your appointment digitally, and many are having digital delivery of your healthcare parameters, etc. E-scholarship. Today, 1 crore 40 lakh students are availing this digital platform created by NIC, and 5,000 crores of scholarship is being disbursed in that process. E-NAM. What is E-NAM? Because you must all have ideas, the programs we are encouraging. A farmer used to sell his products. We have given digital connectivity with 450 markets. And today, 6.5 million farmers are linked to that. And they are selling their digital products. I would like to talk a little about Aadhaar, because Aadhaar also comes under my administrative care. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the digital profile of India? In a population of 1.3 billion, India is home to 1.21 billion mobile phones. On the lighter vein, in the last 3.5 years of Narendra Modi government, we have added mobile phones in India equal to the population of France and Italy. That is the scale on which we work. 500 million smartphones. 500 million internet. And most important, 1.2 billion Aadhaar. देश के 120 करोड़ लोग आज आधार पे हैं. 80 crore bank accounts are linked to Aadhaar. I just talked of digital inclusion. How it works? We open 30 crore Jan Dhan account to the poor who had no access to bank accounts. link them to Aadhaar, verifiable digital identity, and link that to their mobile phones. And we started sending their gas subsidy, kerosene subsidy, ration subsidy directly to their bank account. Do you know how much we have saved? A cool 57,000 crores out of 2,80,000 which we have sent. Fictitious claimant, middleman. This 57,000 crore is a taxpayer's money, not mine, your money. It was sought to be pilfered. I wish to talk a little about Aadhaar today. I hope I'm having my Aadhaar in mind. But I will take from Mohan, you opportunity to there. This is my Aadhaar card. What does it contain? My photograph, my name, my father's name, I am a male, and my permanent Patna address in the rear. That's all. It does not contain the name of my religion, my community, my educational record, my medical record, or my income by which I can be profiled. But in the system is contained my biometrics and my iris, kept in safe, secure condition. We do 6 crore authentication every day, free of cost, low cost technology. Aadhaar per head is $1.5, low cost technology. Kept in safe and secure condition. Properly, I would say, encrypted, which cannot be broken even the billionth time. And when I stand here, I wish to compliment Nandan Nilikani for the brilliant way to lay it out. Your Ram Sevak Sharma, who was there, Ajay Bhushan Pandey, the present CEO. It is a marvel of the world. And how it works. Because a lot of data, when I will be talking about data innovation for the startup, I'll elaborate that. If a bank asks the Aadhaar number, the Aadhaar system does not know what for the information is being sought. The Aadhaar system only says, this number is of Ravi Shankar Prasad, full stop. The objective, the purpose is completely federated. The system doesn't know. I've just talked with Nitin Gadkari ji to finalize linking up all the motor vehicle license with Aadhaar. Driver from Bihar, UP, Rajasthan, driving in Delhi or other places, Mumbai, drunk, kills 4 persons, runs away, and gets a duplicate driving license from different state. When he will go, he can fake his name, but he cannot fake his digital identity. The system will say he is already having an Aadhaar number, and it will be caught. You may have seen some survey was done in a non-government agency as to how many teachers are duplicating. The number he has said, those who were found to be fictitious were 80,000, and many were duplicating 6 lakhs. Technology leads to good governance. And India's low-cost technology of Aadhaar today is being talked about globally by IMF and World Bank. And remember one thing. What is the difference between UPA Aadhaar and our Aadhaar? UPA Aadhaar has no legislative backup. NDA Aadhaar has a proper, robust law passed by the parliament. And it is so tough that even if I, as an IT and Law Minister of India, disclose my iris to an unauthorized way, I can also be prosecuted and suffer the consequences. We have given due regard to privacy. I thought before the startup today, we need to talk more about this whole system of Aadhaar. Data privacy, I will talk subsequently. But we are releasing data of the government for healthcare, for agriculture, for cyber security, including we have come with the idea of funding to the tune of 5 crore rupees for any extraordinary shining startups if he shows world-class initiative. Explore that. I'm very eager to make India a hub of data analysis. For data economy to rise, data analysis is important. I appeal to all of you. This is a very big challenging area. Now, a little about digital economy. If you see the rise of India's digital profile, it has 3 stages. The first, when Indian IT company went global, Infosys, Nandan Nilekani, Mohan Pai, Narayan Murthy, Wipro, others set up shops in 200 cities of 80 countries with 1,000 outstanding products and made our tricolor fly high. That was the first one. The second stage, when the world started coming to India, and this is very important. Today, India is the biggest footprint of Facebook. The WhatsApp movement of India has gone global. And the most classic example is of my servant, who came as a little boy with a younger brother of my driver. Sharp, intelligent, but never studied, in spite of the effort of my wife and myself. One day, to my surprise, he said, "तुम क्या कर रहे हो?" कहा, "सर, वाइफ को WhatsApp भेज रहे हैं गांव में." कहा, "सर, हम Facebook पर भी हैं." कहा, "तुमने पढ़ा नहीं?" कहा, "नहीं सर, इससे मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ. I am in connection with my wife." That's what he said in English. That is the passion of India emerging. Now the whole big, this e-commerce movement is rising in India. And Shardul, I would like you to know, the biggest feedback India is getting is from the hinterland of India in terms of e-commerce. Whenever I analyze e-commerce, Mohan, it is the villages of Bihar, UP, Northeast, Madhya Pradesh, which has become the biggest catchment and market area for e-commerce movement. Then you have the IT and IT-enabled services, the communication. The digital payment movement is rising very fast in India. Just to give you an instance, we launched the BHIM UPI in November 2016. The daily transaction was just 4,000. In spite of my all campaign, the PM's appeal, we are allowing only a small transaction from BHIM UPI. Do you know in January what has been the transaction? 50 lakh per day. That is the way BHIM UPI is like. And again, a homegrown technology made in India. Low cost technology. Now, I come to the new technologies part, where I foresee a lot of future for you young entrepreneurs, startup. The Prime Minister is very keen to pursue that. The new technology like artificial intelligence. I am not a man of technology, but I have a passion for understanding the use of technology we can have for the sake of India's development. Mohan is a man of great depth in that. Now, artificial intelligence from healthcare to agriculture to weather management to low-cost provisioning of content for schools. Please think about it. New IITs have come. We can't have IIT teachers only of Delhi and Mumbai and Kanpur at every places. They are, or Kharagpur. But we have to have access to digital quality teaching to new IITs also. How can we use AI, artificial intelligence, for greater spread of educational content in the hinterland of India? School education. Can we have some kind of a model to the application of AI, where in the first, it's not my idea, I would like you to think about it more, that all the government high schools all over the country, in the first instance, will have 1 hour of course every week through artificial intelligence on quality education in ABC subject. At least there will be a unified model for the entire country. And I'm telling you, You have just to create the ecosystem, and young boys of India respond very quickly. This is my experience. And when I say so, I've been an activist in my student life. Some of those who know me, JP movement, anti-emergency struggle. I have been in charge of 8 states of India, of my party, from Tamil Nadu to Uttarakhand to Rajasthan to Assam to Bihar to Bengal. And I have seen India grow. And the sheer metamorphosis which I am seeing happening in India because of technology is remarkable. And Mohan, I have not the slightest doubt that India is determined to become a big global player as far as IT is concerned. That is our vision for it. Then cyber security, again, I would request you to think about it. You can't have big cyber security products for every company, every firm. Can you come with small cyber security products? We are encouraging that. And let me tell you, it is a big area of exciting commerce also. That this startup movement has devised this small cyber security product which can be replicated. And lastly is electronic manufacturing. When Mohan was referring to, I still remember when I started articulating about the digital profile of India. One day, one of the Prime Minister asked me, Ravi, तुम इतने मोबाइल की बात करते हो, बनता कितना है हिंदुस्तान में? Then I learned to my dismay there were only 2 factories. The rest had been closed when they had come to power. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very assured to inform you today, in the last 3.5 years of Modi ji government, 118 mobile manufacturing factories have come in India, which are manufacturing mobile phones. It was 19,000 crore revenue rollover, rose to 54,000 crore, then to 75,000 crores, and by the end of March 2018, India's mobile manufacturing rollover is going to be 1,22,000 crores. And the number of mobile will be around 22 crores. And our projection is that by the end of 2020, 96% of India's mobile needs will be fed by India's factories. And since I am talking to you in Delhi, adjoining Noida and Greater Noida is emerging as a big hub of mobile manufacturing. 54 factories have come. 43 are mobile and the rest are chargers, BB, etc. etc. And when I had gone to address the UP Investor Summit, it was a sea change in the image of UP. I told them, you have a great opportunity to develop Noida and Greater Noida almost like a modern Singapore, because silk industries like sophisticated technology of computer and mobile manufacturing. You have universities like Amity, Galgotias, Quality Airport is coming. Skilling can be a big area and vast land pool available. This can become a big hub of that. I was just trying to know how India has churned in the case of mobile manufacturing. Just to, I was very interesting data came to my mind, and I was myself amazed as to how we have been able to change India in many ways. I just talked about mobile manufacturing. Now, hardware electronics in India has gone up from US $29.2 billion in 14-15 to US $37.4 billion in 2015-16 to US $49.5 billion in 16-17. Growth rate during 16-17 over 2015-16 was 32% compared to 28% previous year. This Make in India has emerged from electronic manufacturing. And I say Make in India for India and also service the needs of the neighboring countries, the ASEAN countries, the Middle East countries. That's how we are projecting our policies like M6, etc., etc. Now, 35 units are manufacturing LCD and LED, Mohan, in India. The production of LED products was gone from 2,172 crores to 7,134 crores. And then you have 3 new areas of electronic manufacturing which I am pushing very, very effectively. Medical electronics. I have segregated from the general healthcare. And there is a very funny story behind this. I had a tooth problem. I had gone to my dentist. And I asked him, "Iska needle kahan banta hai janab?" का ये भी विदेश से आता है। मैंने कहा इसका नीडल भी नहीं बनता हिंदुस्तान, कुर्सी कहाँ बनती है का ये भी विदेश से आता है, ये लाइट का ये भी विदेश से आता है। On that day, someone after nothing doing, will focus. Now kindly see, from X-ray machine to MRI machine to quality testing to the stethoscope, the kind of medical electronics India's consume, their products, and all are so costly coming from outside. Then I talked to the Prime Minister, and he said, go ahead, and we have come with medical electronics as a separate wing, which is amenable to all the modified incentive indulgence scheme which is available to other electronic products. Defense electronics, 60% of defense manufacturing is electronics. Just to tell you, let us take the example of this hall. This is electronics, this is electronics, this is electronics, this is electronics, the lights are electronics, the AC is electronics, and all the mobile phones are electronics, and the great TV cameras is speaking sense at times nonsense, is also electronics. This is how electronic is changing the perception of India. And most of them are coming from outside. Thereafter, and I would tell you, one day Mohan came to me, I had a detailed talk with him in 2014, and I unfolded my vision to him, and will be pushing electronic manufacturing in a big way, and some modest success have gone out. My last take would be, how do I see startup movement in India? I will only give you some general views. First and foremost, failure is the first sign of success. Never forget it. This, we have got a lot of schemes for you in tax indulgences, tax exemption. I have got a 10,000 crore electronic development fund. About 2,500 crore have been given to new startup products which we are going to encourage with angel funding and all. We will ensure that if you have got any positive kind of agenda and initiative, we will support that. But the larger issue is you must have a vision of commitment. You know, one day I was talking with Narayan Murthy, and I asked him, how did you to scale up from Delhi to London to San Francisco and all? And then he said something very interesting. There was only 2 flights from Bangalore to Mumbai or Delhi. And the minister has only 2 discretionary seats for reservations. And my biggest time was lost in trying to persuade if we are doing something good for India, at least give us priority in plane ticket booking. They began from there, and life was so difficult. But they had a vision, they had a mission, and you can see the results today. Today the life is easy. India is spoken well. The world looks towards us whenever I go abroad. They have great respect for India's initiative. India's digital story, startup movement, IT initiatives are being talked about with great respect globally. And you have a Prime Minister who always says, I'm a political startup. In a lighter vein, you know. You all need to know that the Prime Minister went to technology in very early stages. And we are very proud of him. तुम लोग सब सोशल मीडिया पर रहोगे, ट्वीट करोगे, फेसबुक पर रहोगे, जनता के कंप्लेंट्स लोगे, इंटरैक्ट करोगे. And don't remain digitally connected, also remain physically connected. I just unfolded a scheme to some of my journalist friends. What is the latest fashion? And this I would like to flag to all of you. First, he came with the idea that India's development is a little skewed. South India, Western India have done well. East and Northeastern have not done well. So we sitting in the cabinet must concentrate on that. Now he has come with the second idea. There are 650 districts in India, out of which 115 are lagging in healthcare, in nutrition, in connectivity, in education, in irrigation, in sanitary development, empowerment. You know what he did? The Niti Aayog picked up those. He has asked all of us ministers to go to those districts in our respective states and handhold the district administration to improve. 3 days ago, I went to Sitamarhi, spent 3 hours. And there, Sitamarhi is close to Nepal border, mostly submerged in, where Ma Janki was born, submerged in water. But do you know that one district has established 250,000 village toilets in the last 2 years? That is how you change if you hand over. Mohan, there are two things I have to share with you, and then I'll conclude how the startup movement can initiate. When I became the IT minister, I went to your great city of Bangalore to have the formal meeting with the IT giants, NASCOM and organized that. And I had a 3 hours meeting. When I came out of the meeting from the hotel, my face has become a little known or unknown because of television. A lot of young boys from Bihar, UP, Rajasthan, Northeast were standing outside because the minister of the new Modi government had come, great excitement. Two of them said कि रवि जी कुछ ऐसा करिए कि हम अपने गांव तरफ लौटें. Bangalore is very costly. You know, this is what struck me. While returning to Delhi, I said, I'll do something for them. And when I looked over the digital profile of India, I found that it is very skewed. Delhi, Noida, Greater Noida, Gurgaon, Bangalore, Mysore, Hyderabad, Vijayawada, Mumbai, Pune, Chennai. That's all. The rest are computer learning centers and other government centers. Then I said I'll have to change that. And then I came with the idea of BPO in the small towns of India. And here I would like my friends of the startup movement to think this seriously as to how India is changing and how you can further help explore this great initiative. I picked up 48,000 seats distributed among all the states of India as per census population. UP got 8,800, Bihar got 4,400, Andhra got about 5,000, like that. And separate 5,000 for Northeast. We are giving 1 lakh bridging finance. If you employ women more, a little more. If you allow handicap more, a little more. If you go further down to Tier 3 cities, a little more. That's how we have given the incentive. Mohan will be surprised to know, I came with this policy in 2015. My bureaucrats ki sir ye kaise hoga, kya kar rahe hain, main karna hai, nothing, no argument. Now 2.5 years down the line, BPO has started operating in Imphal, in Kohima, in Guwahati, in Dibrugarh, and many places in Northeast. It has started 7 in Patna, in Muzaffarpur, likely to come very shortly. We have given the tender to Gaya and Jahanabad. In UP, it has started operating in Bareilly, in Allahabad, in Lucknow, in Unnao, and Mohan, it is going to come up in Devariya and Ghazipur. The contract has been finalized. It has come in Aurangabad, it has come in Bhivandi, Trichurapalli, Tirchi, Vellore. 88 have become operational in 27 states, 100 cities in 2.5 years. And Mohan, the biggest thing which will make you happy, that Kohima BPO is getting work from Australia. Yes. 50% are girl students. One BPO in Aurangabad is getting work from England. One BPO in Patna, day before yesterday I reviewed, is getting work from America. That is the whole scenario. You just give them the platform and how entrepreneurship starts going up and up and up. I think this is the area where you all need to think about how you can leverage this particular platform and this success to your own startup initiative. After all, what is a BPO? It is a startup. Can you think of that? That is one issue I have to tell you. And the last issue which I have to flag is the big common service movement, common service centers movement, which I have initiated in the country. They were almost like dead in the year 2014, 80,000 just on record. Today, 280,000 young boys and girls are giving 300 digital delivery of services in all the parts of India. And more, I forgot to tell you, BPO has also come in Srinagar, in Bhadarwah, in Anantnag, the terrorist infected area. There also it is working because the quest is there also in those areas of young boys and girls. Now they are making Aadhaar card, passport, banking, insurance. Now they have become the center for Indira Gandhi Open University forms receiving. They have become the center of digital literacy. About 6 crore Indians are going to be made digital literate, as I said. They are going to now sell Baba Ramdev's medicine also. They are, if course, fertilizer center they are becoming. But the biggest satisfaction has come to me. I've involved them in a big project of menstrual hygiene, because about 50,000 are my girl women entrepreneurs. At 2,50,000, they set up a small sanitary napkin pad unit, and they make it at the cost of 5 rupees, like a cottage industry, and they sell it to the women of the area, and also make them more and more aware about menstrual hygiene. That's how we are working. And I'm very happy to tell you that about 150 units have started functioning in the last 3 months. And my take is, in coming 6 months, I will ensure one center in every block of India. That is how we are undertaking digital inclusion. 10 lakh people work in these common service centers. And if you visit in various parts of India, do visit them. Many of them will look like a bank. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the whole profile we are seeking to unleash in the country. We have initiated taxation policy, startup policy, other exemptions. You know it, it is all available online. I don't wish to go into it. But what is the larger take? The larger take is the changing image of India which I am experiencing. And this I will conclude by giving 2 instances. That is the new India. Be proud of that new India. An Asian head of a tech giant one came to call upon me. And he said, Mr. Minister, India is changing. I said, what happened? Earlier when I used to go to IIT for field interview and recruitment, the toppers used to run, please give us chance. Now many toppers say, sorry, we want to become job givers and not job seekers. We want to make a startup. So that is the changing profile of India. And the second is Dicky. You must have heard his name. Dalit Indian Chamber of Commerce. Mohan, you please follow them. They are great people. Milind Kamble is a Padma Shri. I mentor him a lot. He was a junior engineer, Dalit community in Maharashtra. He was in charge of road construction, irrigation canal, etc. He was distributing crores of rupees every 2 months to many contractors. One day say, why shouldn't I become an entrepreneur myself? He went to seek his father's blessings. Father was a school teacher. You are a fool, you are a Dalit, you will get speedy promotion, you will become a chief engineer in 15 years. What the hell are you doing? Ultimately, for 6 months, the father-son kept on debating, and one day he walked out and resigned. He became an entrepreneur. And the day his revenue turnover exceeded 100 crores, he purchased a Mercedes-Benz car, took a driver, Tiwari ji, that's what he told me, drove to his village home. His father has retired in a gap of about 7-8 years, touched his feet. Babuji, that is me. It's the car for you. And Tiwari will have a cup of tea. And you know the best part? The best part? They are all following the same thing. We are not job seekers, job givers. And when I met this Dalit Indian Chamber of Commerce, come on. Some is making helmet, other services. Some say my turnover is 10 crores, some say 50 crores, others says startup movement. Stand-up movement is basically for them. Every bank will give financial assistance to 10 lakh to 50 lakh to a tribal students and a scheduled caste students, boys and girls. That is how we are changing an inclusive India, ladies and gentlemen, my young friends. I have not the slightest doubt that India is bound to become a leader. And India will become a leader on your shoulders, the startup masters of India. And therefore, Lemay, for you, my suggestion is, please ensure that big technology company not only listed in India, but you should also ensure that hand-holding is done by the private sector, by the government sector, and all of us working together. I think I have spoken enough, but while I was entering here, I asked Lemay what is the the nature of audience awaiting me. I asked him, is it the same crowd? He looked at me. Delhi is a place of a lot of seminars, exchange of ideas, you know that. And I must have spoken about 300 to 400 Digital India summits, small and big. And many times I found the same crowd hovering from here to there. I asked him, going to the same crowd. It's a different crowd. Keep it up. Thank you.